guys, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl. To my old subscribers, thank you. To my new subscribers, thank you. Thank you for the support. Thank you for stopping by to my page. Thank you for everything. So in today's tutorial, I want to teach us on how to cut our off-shoulder gown. Our off-shoulder gown. So the material I'm working with here is my tape. I have my tape here. I have my tailor chalk. I have my scissors. And the material I'm working with is 2 yards. So let's get started. Please remember, whenever you want to cut, make sure you're using the rough side of the fabric. So now I'll be facing this like this. I'll be facing this like this. So now this I'll be cutting the bustier also with this. So the bustier with this also. So I'm folding my fabric like this. We'll get started for the half length. So now, since this is an off shoulder gown, it's a very off shoulder. So I'll be minusing 5 inches from this. The half length is 16. I'm minusing 5 inches. Here, so I'm taking away this rough part. This rough part, as you can see me doing it here. So I'm minusing 5 inches. Then the half length I'm working with is 16 plus extra 1 inch seam allowance for the joining and also the top. Let me just say sorry. I was taking 17.5 inches for the joining of the up and the down. So I will now have short lengths for the half length. So as you can see, I've rolled this. You can see I've rolled it now. So next thing I'm going to do, after minusing the 5.5, I need to cross check the measurement I used. So let me make sure that I have exactly the 17.5 inches here. Yes, exactly 17.5 inches. So the bust point I'm working with is 9.5 inches. So which I'm marking here. This is the nipple. Here is the nipple point. Then the under bust is 12.5 inches, which I'm marking like this. So I'll take this line all through. The same thing all through. So now my fabric here I have is it's excess. So I'll need to adjust it a little. Like this. Good. So now let's start with the bust point part. The nipple here is 6.5 inches, which is this 6.5 inches, which is this. So, but I'll not be cutting exactly 6.5 inches. I'll be putting my allowance to this. So I'll be taking 7.5 inches. Yeah, I'll be taking 7.5 inches. This 7.5 inches divided by 2. Now I'm dividing it like this. If you don't know how to divide your tape, it's like this, by 2. By 2, which is giving us 3/4. So I'm going to mark it. So I'm going to mark it through the down and also to the up. The same thing. So it's giving me 4/3. Sorry, this is 4/3. Not 3/3, but 4/3. Mark it also. So I will take this line straight down like this, and do the same thing at the up. 4. Same thing at the up. already 3/4 almost full. Yeah, same thing on the up. Then I will connect it to this line and also connect this one to this one. So now, here now, I'll be going here by 1 inch, which is the under bust. The under bust I'll be going in by 1 inch here. Yeah. Then at this other bust I'll be going in by 1.5, the side 1.5 inches. Can you see what I'm doing? Here is 1 inch, here is 1.5 inches. This nipple to nipple, you don't have to touch it at all. You don't. If you touch anything here, you have shot your measurement of this, of the bust. So now I will do this part and I will go up here. I'm cutting a straight bustier, a very straight bustier. So I'll go up here and I'll just take by 1 inch here, 1 inch here. Then at this other up, I'll also go in by 1.5 here, as you can see. So I will connect this to the nipple here. Then I'll now connect this to this. Then this one I'm going to connect it to the nipple here, which is this. Then I'll connect it. You need to curve it to this. This is straight bustier. As you see me doing the straight bustier. So now I'm going to be taking out all this excess. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut out this, what I have cut in here. I'll cut it out. Yeah. Also cut this out also. This is straight bustier. Cut this. As you can see, I've not taken my measurements. So you can already cut for the bust, the breast spots, the breast part, the breast points. I've already measured everything for the breast, the nipple to nipple here, the under bust, and the shoulder. And there is an off shoulder. I've not cut my armhole. I've not taken my body measurement. So now I'll be taking out all this excess you see here. I'll be taking them out. As you see me doing. Can you see? I've cut this out. So as you can see, this is how to cut your straight bustier. This is how to cut it. Then I will cut this way. As you can see. So now, for us to understand what I'm really doing here, I will move over to my machine. I will need to close this. I'm going to stitch it. When I'm done stitching it, I'll be back. So please, don't go anywhere, wait for me. So guys, I'm back. I went to my machine and stitched it. As you can see, I've joined it like this. Even as you can see, the breast part is already showing already. As you can see, it's already showing. So now I will now start with the basic measurement. The chest. Let me say something. When you want to measure, you want to cut an off shoulder for your client or for yourself, what you need to do is the first thing you need to do is to take your chest measurement, which is from the armhole to the other armhole, which is the straight measurement like this. You just take it like this, the straight measurement. The same thing to the back before taking the bust, the waist, the hip, and the armhole round for the person. So now the chest of this person is the front is 12. So how can 12 is 6, which we all know 12 is 6. But I'll be taking 6.5 inches. So after joining the hand, measurement will still be enough and be okay for the person. So we'll take 6.5 like this. 6.5. That's what I'm taking. Remind you, after cutting the neck, it will still be wide. If you're taking the 6 after cutting the neck, let me just do that part now. I'll be taking 6. Then this is -5. I'm taking 8.5 after sewing to be 8 because an off shoulder, so it will not be tight. We just do it like this. With that armhole, I'm not cutting it yet. So now this other part, I'm giving it a round neck. So this part now will be coming down by 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches, yeah. So I'll be connected like this. So you can see what I'm doing. I've connected it like this. This is the curve. So I'm going to cut this out now. Have you seen it? I've cut this out. So let's measure what we'll have here. So as you can see, this is already 6 2/4, which is 12.5. So is enough. 12.5. So I'll just extend the armhole a little. Just a little. See it? It's already 12.5 here that we have here. 12.5. So at this part of the armhole, so I'll just connect. Can you see? There's the neck part. So let me cut the armhole. So this I'll connect to the armhole now. Just trying to see what I'm doing. This is the neck here. There's the armhole. I'll just connect it this way. So now let's get our bust measurements here. The bust I'm working with is 33. Divide by 4. Divide by 4. Which is 8/4. 8 2/4, which is this part. So I'll be marking it here with the extra 2 inches for seam allowance. From here to here, -5 here to get our under bust. 12.5. So you can see what I'm working. Our under bust says 27. The under bust says 27.5. Divide by 4. Which is giving us 6 3/4. Mark it. Extra 2 inches for seam allowance, which is this. The waist I'm working with here is 28 divided by 4. Which is 7 by 4, which is 7. So just mark it here. Then extra 2 inches for seam allowance. Remember, you must put allowance in your dress. In case it's tight for the client or yourself, you just need to adjust it. So I'm connecting the lines now. So you can see what I'm doing. I've connected the lines of this. So I'll be cutting it out. Then I'll cut my armhole now. This is all for the front. This is all for the front. So let's go move over to the back. Same thing I did at the front, what I'll do at the back. So I'll still minus the 5 inches. I'll still take away the 5 inches I took from the front. Okay, the 5 inches. This is the 5 inches I took from the front. Then taking my 17.5. Seen it? So now this part now we're putting the zipper allowance. Zipper allowance I'm working with 2. Working with 2, which is this. This 2. Make sure your measurement is correct, so there will not be any short measurement here. So this is 2. So now the back measurement now, the back chest. The same way you measure for the front chest, it's the same way you measure for the back chest. So now the back chest here is 14. It's 14. So I'll be taking 14.5. This is our zipper allowance. You don't need to take a measurement from here. You take it from this place you have already marked. So I've marked it. Then from here I'll take away the minus 5. I will take my 8.5 inches for the armhole depth. Then I will connect like this. So I'm taking a home. So now you take your normal body measurement, your under bust. I'm taking for my under bust now, which is 12. Which is 12.5. Mark it up through. And here will be the bust, which is 10. The bust 10, the under bust 9 and 12.5. Then the waist measurement. So let's get started. The bust is 33 divided by 4. Divide by 4. Can you see what I'm doing? 8/4. Mark it. And that was 27 divided by 4. Divide by 4. 6/3. Mark it. The waist 28. 14 divided by 2, 7. So you can see. Then I'm adding the 2 inches for the seam allowance. The same thing I did at the front. Like this. Taking this other part 2 inches seam allowance. Then I'll connect it. That's it. Then this one I want the back to be the V back. So I'll be coming down by 2.5 inches. Here. 2.5 inches. So now we'll now connect this like this. It's the same again. I've slanted this like this. So now I want to, it's going to have a dart at the which is the dart at the back. So now the nipple to nipple is 6.5. 6.5 divided by 2, which is giving us 3/4. So I will work with the 3/4 I have here. I will mark it here. I'll come up here, mark it, then come to the chest parts, 3/4. Yeah, this is for the dots. Then I'll connect the lines. You can see, then give my armhole a curve. Yeah. So now I'm going to cut all this out. You can see I've cut this, so I'll open this also. Wait for the zipper allowance. I'm opening it. I'm going to open this like this. So these dots now that I've cut, I will still open it. Then I will also go back to the machine. I'll just join it back before cutting the linings. But I'm going to open it here now. As you can see, I've cut it out. So now let me so you understand what I just did. So bring this other part here. It's going to be like this. So you place it like this. Can you see? Place it like this. Then you just turn it over. Flip it over here. Run your stitch. The same thing here. Run the stitch the same thing. So this is all for the back. So let's cut the down parts of this. So now, the length of this gown, the full length is 34, but I'm doing there'll be a gathers at the down of this gown now. There'll be a little gathers at the down. So I'll be using 30 for the length of this gown. The gathers will be the gathers are going to be what will complete the length. So now, let's take away. We're going to minus our half length from this full length. We'll take away the 16, which is our half length here. So see me doing to get 30. To get 30 is 30. The lady wanted to be short, 30. Yeah, do you know what? I'll not be cutting exactly 30. I'll be adding showing like allowance, like 1.5 inches allowance. After joining the up, joining it down, you still have exact measurements. So I'm adding 1.5 for this to see me doing. Connect the line. So now, make sure you're not wasting your fabric. Person I'm cutting this for, she doesn't have body like that. She's like at least size 4. So now I'm taking for the hip. The hip I'm taking 7.5 inches for the hip. My dear, wakey. 7.5 inches. So I took 7.5 for the hip line. So now the waist here is 28 divided by 4, which is 7. Take your 7. here plus extra the same 2 inches allowance you took at the half length. Put it back here. The hip now is 38. 38 divided by 4. Divide by 4. Yes, there. Divide by 4, which is 9.5. You take it 9.5. With the extra 2 inches, same allowance. So you can see. So now I will connect this. So now let me just say, okay, I just want to give a little curve. Here is 9.5, and we'll be taking 9 at the down part here. We're taking 9 and extra the same 2 inches on same allowance. Yes, there. I'm coming. Please. No, this is not among with our measurement, so I just need to take it out. Yeah. I'm coming. So I'll be connecting those lines now to see me doing. If you know you're not really good in freehand, you can use your ruler to do this. But if you know you can really draw with your freehand, you're good to go. So I'm using the freehand there to connect. So see me doing the same thing with this. This is our main measurement and this is our allowance. So I'll be cutting this out. Mind you, I didn't put like a dart on the skirt. I don't really like that dart of a thing on the skirt, so I didn't put it. I don't really like that. I can try to put at the back if you have a fitting, but the skirt I don't really like that. But if you really want to put your darts at the skirt, you just need to get the nipple to nipple measurement, divide by 2 to get your darts at the front. But me, I'm not doing that. Yes, love. I'm coming, please. So. I'm coming. Hold on. Let me see if here will not be enough for the back. So I just need to come back to this part. Coming. My joy, I'm coming. You know at the front, the half length we took 2 inch for the seam allowance. So I'm going to measure what I have here. Is exactly the 2 inch seam allowance. It's not up to. So this is enough. This is exactly 2 inches for the seam allowance. The front here is big, you adjust it a little and still measure if I still have excess. There is still big, so I just need to still adjust it. Yeah. So I have my 2 inches seam allowance here. So I'll still measure here. If I still have the same thing. No. Yeah. So I'm going to cut. this is it. I'll cut it this way. Open it. Open. This all. So this is it. It is better you have more allowance than having a short clothes and it's not be enough for your client. So I put my 2 inches allowance. So this is all for the full length of this. So I'll be cutting the long pieces for the gathers. So let's see. I'll be giving all this long piece for the gathers. So I just need to measure for cutting it. You see, we'll be minusing 13 from this. Let me know what will be this part. I'm just going to, sorry love, sorry, I'm coming. Just going to cut out. Sorry, cut out it. So this is minus 30 here. To get 34. I'm coming. 34. Yes, 34. This is 34. But I'll be adding I'll be taking 35. So after joining, I'll also aim the down of the guiders. So this, you see me running. You know you're not really good, you use your ruler to rule. So this is it. So I'll be cutting this out now. It. So this is all for the gathers. So long piece, I'm going to gather it like this, like this, like this, like this. Outro the gown. So this is all for this gown. So thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching, and please, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. And our next tutorial will be teaching us on how to sew this, how to sew it, how to join the bustier and everything. So love you all, and God bless you. Bye.